Hello, and thanks for joining me on this episode of Simply Saturday, where I get to show you a card that is fast and easy to make. My name is Julie, and this is Stamp with Julie Baum. The card that I'm showing you today is a lot of fun to make. Now, often a fast and easy card has to do with using a lot of designer series paper because we can get an effective, beautiful card showcasing the paper. Well, today, the main piece that we're using is actually a piece that has been run through one of our embossing folders. This is the Christmas Tidings embossing folder, and this is the beautiful imprint that you get when you use this embossing folder. I'm really liking it a lot. So today, combined with this lovely piece of textured paper and some cardstock and paper layering, we're going to get our fast and easy card done. I have a couple ones to show you at the end of this video, so be sure to stick with me to the end. So I'm beginning with a card base that is made out of thick basic white cardstock. And for today's card, we are going to have it open in this direction, even though at the end of the video, I will show you an option with one going this way. So let me give this crease a little reinforcement here. I will put all of the dimensions of each of these little pieces that we're using today. You'll find those on my website, stampwithjuliebaum.com, and right below this video in the description box, there's a link there. So you can just pop over to my website and see all of the measurements that you're going to need to complete this card. So as I said, this is a bit of texture and a bit of layering. So let's start layering our cardstock. I have a piece of lemon lime twist, and it is cut down just a little bit smaller than the card base. So this is going on here first. All right, there's our first layer. You're gonna see how effective this layering is, and it makes it look like a very expensive card because of all the layering. But I did trim the design down to make it qualify for a fast and easy card, since this is for Simply Saturday. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you a card that was not fast and easy, but is this idea with a lot more layers. All right, so then I have a layer of Poppy Parade. That is cut down even a little smaller, and that's going here. All right, and then the next piece is going to be our piece that has gone through the embossing folder. And it's looking a little bit wide here. So I'm going to trim it just a smidge. I think it will fit in there a teeny bit better. I don't know if I cut it a little large. Let's see if that did it. Because I want to see that red border all the way around. All right, that is better. It could even take one more little smidge. Okay, this piece is going to go on. Now, because of all that texture, I do want to make sure that I get it attached really, really well. So a great choice would be the tear and tape. If you're going to use your Stampin' Seal or your liquid adhesive, just make sure that you get enough on there in these nice flat areas that are going to come in contact with the cardstock below it. Okay, because you have all of this texture and that is not going to come in contact. So you just want to be a bit decisive where you put your glue. Okay, so this layer is now in place. Okay, now I've got some small pieces, including some small pieces of designer series paper. So we're going to pay attention to these next. This little piece is going to go on here. Let me tell you the name of this packet of paper. It is Merry, Bold, and Bright 12 by 12 paper, and it is found in the holiday or the September to December mini catalog. All right, so this tiny piece is going to get attached to a white background piece with a little border all the way around it. And this piece is going to get attached to my lemon lime twist piece, but we're going to put a little banner end on here first. Now, you could definitely do this with your scissors, and to do that, you cut up the center, then you cut from corner to center and corner to center. But if any of you have this retired punch, this is a great way to make a quick banner. So I'm just going to stick my cardstock in, punch it, and I've got my banner tail. I'll do the same thing with this piece, like so. So for fast and easy, you cannot beat that. And then let's see how our pieces line up. Okay, you can see that my green piece is just a little tall, so I'm going to give that a little trim. I've already done the banner end. That's the end I want for sure. And the extra length is on the plain end in case you need to trim it. All right, let's take a peek at that. And the only reason that mattered is I kind of like a uniform edge all the way around, and that looks much better. Okay, so we can glue our DSP banner piece onto the lemon lime twist. Like so. This is ready to go onto the card. And as I mentioned earlier, we're dealing with a lot of texture, so I am going to go ahead and use tear and tape to attach this to the card, just so I don't have any problems with it sticking. So I need a piece there, and I'll put a piece on each of these little tails, like so. All right, let's get those backings removed. And now this can get pressed down onto the card. Placement, you can go as far to the left as you wish. I want a lot of this texture to show, so I'm going to come, I don't know, I'm leaving about 3/4 of an inch, not quite an inch, to the left side of my banner, and I do want this top edge covering the white, and give that a press. See how neat all of these layers are coming together? Oh my goodness. And you've got all that great texture. Okay, now for this little piece. This piece is going to go sideways on my banner. And I'm going to show you a trick. This piece is rather thick now because I've got a couple different layers. It's a little higher on the card than this piece. So when I attach this, I'm going to use regular adhesive over here. And I'm going to use a dimensional over here. And that will help accommodate kind of the different heights that are going on my card. So you've got a mixed use of adhesives in this case. All right, so this is going to go like that. And now so it is appearing to be the same level because I've got my dimensional here and my flat glue here, and that works out really well. Okay, we need some words, and so I'm actually going to grab a tiny scrap. I thought there was one here. Let's try this. A tiny scrap of white. And I pulled some words from the stamp set, Merriest Trees. And I'm using To You and Yours. Black ink, because again, we're going for fast and easy. There's not too much that's easier than just a quick black ink sentiment. All right, now this is going to go onto this scrap. I am going to trim my scrap. Kind of looks blurry. I'm going to do one more. We'll use whichever one looks best. Oh yeah, that one's much better. Okay, so with my paper snips, I'm going to trim this down about as close to the words as I can. So I'm going to do my two ends. and the top and the bottom. I'm going really close to the words, but without cutting into them, obviously. All right, and now this is ready to go onto my card. A little bit of glue will hold it just fine. And this is going to go right here, like so. All right, so as you can see, all of those lovely layers combined with that texture, which actually becomes a focal point of the card, makes for a really effective and I think a classy, expensive looking card that you are able to make quite quickly. Now, let me bring in this other one here. This one is just like it, but I did finish it with a little embellishment like that. These are adhesive backed glitter sequins, which I just think are totally amazing. Available in the holiday catalog. And so I've got a green one right there. And then let me show you how I stamped the words on the inside. We'll come back to this one. With the photopolymer stamps, it's a little bit difficult to do the marker ink on your stamp like I would if this was a red rubber one. So without being able to do that, I'm going to use 2 ink pads. I'm using Lemon Lime Twist and Poppy Parade, and what I'm going to carefully do is just ink the word joy. Because it's photopolymer, I can see through it, and I can see that I'm getting ink only on the word joy. And then with Poppy Parade, I'm going to ink up the word love and the and symbol. So you can do pretty well. It's not really that hard. You just need a little bit of care. And then you can get a 2-tone greeting on the inside of the card, like so. Of course, you could add some other little stamps in there if you wish. In that same stamp set, there are some little ornaments, a star, some presents, a couple different bows. So there's some really cute things that you could use if you wanted to decorate the inside even more. Now, let me show you the same card design without it being a Christmas card, because you can use this any time of year, any occasion. So in this case, I picked some designer series paper that I wanted to use, matched my colors to it, did the exact same card design, and came up with this all occasion card. The last one that I'll show you is the one that I originally made. This one was cased from a card that I saw on Pinterest, which was not a Christmas card, but I took the design and copied it and made a Christmas themed card. So this is the one that I said goes the other direction from our card today. So it opens this way, and there are quite a few more layers. So aside from the base, there are 1, 2, 3 layers before the layer with your embossing folder image. And then I've got 2 layers here, 2 layers here, 2 here, and 2 even under the words. So you can see that this takes a lot more time and cutting and placement, but from this card came this design, which we made fast and easy. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hope you enjoyed this card tutorial today. I'll put some information for you in the description box below this video, which includes the current host code, also a link to my website, stampwithjuliebaum.com, and also some information that will help you if you would like to order products. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy stamping.